Welcome to this week's Let's Talk About It discussion. It's a bi-weekly discussion on the topics that affect the Black community economically. And let's get things started first by going over the disclaimer. And so, the disclaimer says the information provided in the discussion is strictly for educational purposes only, and you're strongly encouraged to consult with licensed financial advisors. Attorneys.
Every business is rushing to buy AI right now, assuming it's a magic bullet for immediate growth. But most of these expensive initiatives quietly fail because of something called the opportunity gap. Take a company that buys a cutting-edge generative AI tool to completely automate its customer service. They purchase these powerful, advanced AI capabilities and agents only to drop them into a chaotic environment of poor processes and disconnected systems. This gap between capability and reality is exactly where your money goes to die. Advanced technology plummets because it simply cannot function when layered over a broken business foundation. Before buying tech, a business must map out its inefficient workflows and organize its data. Because that expensive new customer service AI from the very beginning, it cannot resolve a single support ticket if your underlying customer data is a completely disconnected mess.
So this is a message to the business owners out there. This presentation is really for the business owners. And that's what we're going to focus on tonight. And that's why tonight's topic is stop buying AI. And do you know what your business actually needs? So the trend is everyone's buying AI, but very few businesses know why, right? Businesses are just subscribing to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and a dozen of other tools. You got employees experimenting with AI independently in the shadows, and companies are awkwardly bolting on AI features without redesigning underlying processes. And company executives are told that they need an AI strategy, but they can't clearly identify where AI will generate measurable business value. So, AI adoption without business discovery is technology spending disguised as a strategy. So, the most expensive mistake is asking the wrong question. So, it's not what can AI do? It's what should AI do in my business? Um, so you've got AI capability. It needs to address a business problem. And then you need to identify what is the opportunity. You need to select the right solution, and you need to be able to measure the return on investment. Technology alone cannot make a business ready for AI. So the very first thing that you have to do is you need strategy. Does AI support the company's strategic objectives? The second is to look at your processes. What business processes are inefficient, repetitive, or decision intensive? Then you need to look at your data, right? Is the necessary information available, accessible, and is it in the usable format? Then you need to look at your employees, right? Are your employees prepared to work differently with AI? So you shouldn't be looking at AI to replace employees, but to enhance employees' capabilities. And then you look at the technology. Can AI actually integrate with the company's existing systems and workflows? So I recommend that you focus on where AI creates measurable economic value. So you may have heard about these stories where companies were having their software engineers token maximizing, which means they just gave them free reign to use AI, and they saw the productivity of their software engineers go up like 10 times, right? And so rather than lessening the workload of the software engineer, it actually increased the workload of the software engineer because the software engineer was now able to do so much, right? But there were a lot of surprises when the bill came at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter. And so I can't remember which company it was, but they wound up spending their entire year's worth of AI budget within the first 5 months. Um, and their CFO couldn't identify a return on investment where their company actually benefited. So you need to focus on AI where it creates measurable economic value. Um, and so that usually starts with automation, right? You need to look at tasks where AI can reduce manual labor and repetitive work. So that's like invoice processing or certain types of customer service, things that are done on a repetitive basis. Um, and there's a specific process instead of instructions for doing the task. Then the next thing is you look at tasks where it can make an employee faster, better, and more informed, right? And so this is where like sales really comes into play, um, or product development. And then the next is transform. Processes or business models that can fundamentally change because of AI. And this is where we're talking about um, really enhancing what your company does, a product or a service that it may not currently offer, but it's able to offer because of the implementation of AI, right? All that drives economic value. So the ultimate filter is where is the economic value? And so the video talked about the opportunity gap. And so the opportunity gap causes AI initiatives to fail. So on the left-hand side, you got all of this AI capability, right? AI agents are all the rage. We've got automation, predictive analytics. We've got generative AI, voice AI, AI-powered decision support. But if the reality of your current business is that you've got poor processes, disconnected systems, you got bad data, you've got a bunch of manual workflows, unclear ownership, limited governance, and low employee adoption, then what's going to happen is you trying to implement AI projects is going to fail because it's going to fall in the middle of this opportunity gap. And so um, companies have been buying AI before fixing the conditions necessary for AI to work. And so that's a very important piece of the puzzle when it comes to deciding whether or not to implement AI is to first determine, is your business even ready for it? So the prerequisites for a successful AI investment, business needs to answer: what processes consume the most resources? Where are employees spending time on repetitive work? What are decisions slowed by inadequate information? And what data does the business already process? Which systems need to be connected? What risk should AI or would AI introduce? And what opportunities have the highest potential ROI? And what should be automated versus augmented? And what should retain human? Bottom line is that you need an AI opportunity map before you need an AI implementation project. So you need to manage AI as a structured investment, not as a shopping spree. So you need to go through a discovery phase, and then you need to prioritize, you need to validate, then you need to implement, and then you need to measure. And so this is the ROI infinity loop, right? AI should be managed like an investment, not a technology shopping spree. And there's this essential bridge between AI hype and business value. And these are the questions that need to be answered: is where are you today? Where can AI create value? What should you prioritize? And then what should you do next? Those are the questions that you need to answer before you implement AI. And so you need a structured starting point before a major investment. And so this is where we offer a $199 assessment in which we take inputs. We take your business information. We ask you questions about your processes, your technology, about your data, your current AI usage. It's about an hour interview, and it's an AI powered and assisted discovery process. And so you have a live person that interviews you with the assistance of AI. We gather that information, we put it into our assessment engine. It's reviewed by a live person. So AI does the heavy work of doing the assessment, but then the assessment is verified by a live human. And then what's produced is your opportunity roadmap. Um, it gives you an AI readiness score. It gives you what your top priorities are and what your ROI on your projected return on investment for those opportunities. And it gives you a recommended prioritization to prioritize over the next 90 days, over the next 6 months, and over the next 12 months. So for $199, rather than immediately spending thousands of dollars on a blind implementation, you start to understand where that opportunity actually exists. And this is not another AI consultation. This is actually a roadmap that you get that's useful with actual opportunities and actual ROI numbers. Now, there is a true cost of missing this AI window. Um, so, what happens if you don't figure this out? Well, your competitors may automate faster and reduce operating costs. They'll respond to customers faster. They'll make better decisions, and they'll scale without adding proportional headcount, and they'll develop new revenue opportunities. So the false answer is not just buy more AI. The real answer is to understand your business well enough to know where AI belongs. So stop just buying AI, start discovering. AI is not the strategy, it's the capability. The strategy is determining where that capability can create measurable economic value. So you start with discovery. And again, we offer a $199 AI readiness assessment. So before you spend another dollar on AI, find out what your business actually needs. Another thing that we're going to also offer here soon is an assessment for individuals that are looking to start their own business, right? And so we can assist you to do an assessment on your readiness for starting a business. And we recommend going forward that, all of your businesses um, try to be AI native businesses. You want to build businesses with AI in mind first. You want to create business models that implement AI from the very beginning. Um, AI is such a powerful um, resource and capability. When you're starting from scratch, you want to build around AI. So the $199 discovery and assessment is for existing businesses, but we're also going to be developing an assessment for just individuals that are interested in taking their talents and skills and um, creating a business on their own. And with that, um, that is tonight's um, presentation, short, sweet. The main thing, especially for your business owners, is to not just go in buying AI blindly. If you don't do an assessment with us, try to do an assessment on your own. But answer the questions that were in the presentation. The main thing is if you're not AI ready, then you need to get your business ready. You need to understand your processes. You need to document your processes. You need to understand how your data is organized. A lot of companies' data sit in silos. Financial data sits in one system. Customer service data sits in another system. Sales data sits in even a different system. And those systems may not talk to each other. And so you need to, um, again, identify if you're even ready to take on AI projects. And then once you determine that you're ready, it's what projects should you implement? Start with the low hanging fruit, the ones that are simple, takes a couple of weeks to implement, um, you know, takes a short time to train your employees on how to use it and has an immediate return on investment. Um, and that can help with the buy-in from employees. A lot of employees um, look at AI as a threat to their jobs because that's what's being promoted. But I believe that the best use of AI is to enhance um, your current employees. It's a great way to lower operating costs and while growing the business, right? You can do more with less and drive the bottom line. So that's the presentation for tonight. Um, any questions, Mark, Leroy?
Well, I came on and I only got about 7 minutes of the presentation. I had a problem with my internet and I was pulling my hair out trying to get on. So, but I did hear you mention that an assessment of current business, or if you're thinking about a business, of which in my case would be thinking about a business, even though I have a business structure called the Vine Fulfillment Institute, and I've had it for 19 years, but I have not really done anything productively with it. And since I'm going to live to be 100 or more, I started thinking and I began to think about possible things that I can do using that Divine Fulfillment Institute. So I need to go back after this session and listen to the presentation to make sure that I got it. I missed all of the questions and all of that. So I'll let Mark speak.
Okay, no problem. And and yeah, even though you've had a company for 19 years and haven't done much with it, um, now is a great time to um, to take a look and to do an assessment to see what is it that you need to do in order to get it AI ready. And the beautiful thing about AI, especially when you're talking
Okay, I have lost contact.
about growing $1 million businesses that are operated from just a couple of people because of the AI agents. Um, and so and we're just at the we're still at the beginning of what these AI agents can do. Um, in the next 3 to 6 months, you're going to see um, tremendous increases in their capabilities and the ease of use of um, of creating AI agents and having AI agents do your marketing, do your customer service, handle your finance, handle operations, and you can even get an agent to be the CEO of of your company. So, um, you know, it's an exciting time, and you know you're going to live to be, 100, at least 120, and so maybe now is a good time to look at reviving that old business.
Well, yeah, now is a good time. And by the way, my internet phased out again while you were talking, but I I was able to switch back on. But this is a perfect time, and I am doing all I can. I've created programs, instructional programs for seniors who would like to join me in their quest to reach 100 or above. That's been my essential focus. And also, my focus is on individuals who are unemployed or underemployed, providing some type of training for them from mindset and any other perspective. So I'm still brainstorming through that, but it's an institute and it's more from an instructional point of view, a lifelong learning focus.
Amen. And so we can definitely help you with um, the brainstorming, the assessment based on your skill sets and based on what your desires are to help you formulate a business and a business model. So I'm gonna reach out to you later on
Okay.
a one-to-one and offer our services to you, and you can be one of our pilot users.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right. Um, and I think Mark left, and so the only thing else in here are bots. So this is going to be a short presentation tonight. But Leroy, I want to thank you for coming faithfully as always. And like I said, I'm gonna reach out to you um, about doing the assessment for helping you create your AI powered business.
Okay, and so the presentation replay, uh, what do I need to do to hear the whole thing tomorrow? Go on.
Yeah, you just need to go to the BNIC's network's website
Okay,
um, and to the Let's Talk About It page, and it'll be there, and then you can watch the replay on YouTube.
okay, sounds good.
All right.
So I can't just go directly to YouTube and say BNI. I have to go through the BNIC website.
Well, no, you can go directly to YouTube. The BNIC network actually
Okay,
has a YouTube channel, and so you can search for the BNIC network. And when you find our channel, it'll have all of the uh, Let's Talk About Let's Talk About It episodes listed. It's just going to the website and going to the Let's Talk About It page just has it organized a little easier.
oh, okay. And how soon will it be up?
It'll be up by tomorrow morning.
Okay, sounds good. I'll check it
All
out then.
right. All right, Leroy. Thank you for coming, and I'll be reaching out to you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
All right. You stay blessed and stay safe. Bye bye.